Hi guys, I am hiding out in my bathroom and I wanted to bring you a tutorial on one of my favorite brushes, and that is the Buffy. This is going to be great for anyone with full coverage, anyone dealing or struggling with acne scars, imperfections, larger pores, or just anyone that loves a more coverage look. So this is the brush I'm going to use, and I am going to be using my triple decker and showing you exactly how I use this brush. So they are double-ended, just like always. So I have a more fattier side over here and a skinnier side over here, and both are angled. So I like to use the meatier side for my main foundation, and I just like to start at the corner of my mouth and go up and then fill that in. Whatever you do to one side, you want to do to the other. So I'm going to go up and then again fill that in. I also want to take that main color and swipe it over my forehead, around my brows, and then just right around like the edges of my nose, okay? So I'm going to now dip into my brighter color, still with that fatty, meaty end, and I'm just going to pat. That under eye skin is super thin, so I don't necessarily like say swipe. I like to really pat. You want to be really gentle right there, but I'm just going to bring that brightening down the center of my nose, right on the Cupid's bow, and then right in that under eye area. As always, I prefer to just clean my brush on my lids, but you can kind of just sweep this down, and you want to kind of connect and marry those two colors. So you can see I have around my forehead out and the hollows of my cheeks out. So this is where I'm going to flip and use the skinnier end, and I am just going to stamp into my contour. I'm going to just come right here and find the high points of my cheek and just stamp that on. A good point of reference, as always, is to take that brush and go right at the outer edge of your brow, and you don't want your contour to really come in past that. I also just like to sweep some around my temple area, and then whatever's left on my brush, I'm just gonna hold and slide down my nose. I also am not like swiping in to the contour because the consistency is different, but I am gonna come and line my neck and then our jawline, and then I'm just gonna use the extra to dust along my lips. So now that my coverage is on, I'm going to take my Perfector sponge that is damp, and I'm going to grab a clean towel and I'm going to squeeze the excess moisture out of it. You want to use this, but you want to make sure you've ran it under water. When you get it, it'll be super dense and pretty tiny. As you run it under water, it gets really light and fluffy. And then I'm just going to use the skinny end right on the corner of my eye, and I'm just going to come around and bounce this Perfector sponge on my face. And you can do it whatever way you want. You can start with the dark and go to the light. There's no wrong way. I just kind of alternate and roll the sponge as I do it. And blending is just the name of the game. So I am just bouncing and blending it all together until it's blended to where you love it. So if I choose to not overblend, because that's how I prefer it, I like a little bit more structure, and I actually love the Buffy. So she's one of my favorites. I've always been kind of a full coverage gal, and I just really prefer the way that it looks. They're all beautiful, but so I'm just kind of blending to get rid of all those harsh lines. And then I'm gonna blend the contour on my neck down. And so I kind of sweep that down a little bit, but you can see it like totally chisels out your jaw. It's amazing. And then you can kind of just come back in and perfect any areas that you want. So I know I like my contour a little deeper. And this side got a little low for me. So I'm gonna flip my brush and I just like to sweep in an upward motion with the product that's already on there and just clean up that contour line. I love that trick with the Buffy brush. It's so easy to clean up your work if you get messy. And then another really cool thing that I love is that you can take your sponge and you can apply your blush with it. So I'm actually going to be using this color in the center right here. It's called Sandstone. So I am just popping it onto my sponge and popping it onto my cheeks with one side, and then I'm moving my sponge and blending. And again, blush placement is totally where you prefer. It can be on the apples of your cheeks, the high points of your cheeks. It's really totally up to you. And then I prefer a little bit on my chin. And lastly, no face is complete without brows. So I am just gonna bring my spoolie end into my contour color, just like that. I'm just going to comb up and sweep it over. Nothing crazy, just pretty soft and going with the shape of my brows that I already have. I'm not doing a ton of filling in, but I love that everything is dual purposed. So my contour is my brow color, my blush color is my lip color. So I'm gonna just bring my finger into Sandstone and just rub this on. This is like the perfect brick color. So if you are nervous about like a true red, this is a great place to start. And you can do as much blush as you want, as much lip color as you want. You can define your lips more. It's really totally up to you. You can add bronzer, you could add illuminator. We do have some cherry chapstick that I love that I will just place over that satin finish Sandstone to give it more of a glossy finish. But really your compact is totally up to you, you guys. This is full coverage, so it's pretty seamless, pretty flawless. I love blending with a perfector sponge. It's a no-brainer. So if you have any acne scars, if you have any imperfections that you are self-conscious about, I really think that the Buffy brush is a great tool to have in your makeup bag. So I hope you guys enjoy. There will be a before and after at the end of this video. If you need the Buff brush in your hands, please reach out to your artist and she would be happy to send you a link. Take care, guys. Bye.